Hagfish, the most disgusting animal alive.
So this pink looking eel is called a hagfish. Hagfish are a bottom-dwelling sea creature, live pretty much anywhere around the world, usually between 15 and 5,000 feet underwater. There's about 72 species of hagfish around the world, and they come in many different shapes and colors. They have very primitive eyes. They can't see images, but they can see small amounts of light. Okay, yeah, so hagfish may not be the best looking creature, but it's not that bad. So yeah, hagfish have a razor blade tongue they use for shredding open dead carcasses. Just look at that thing. Absolutely disgusting. As we can see here, we have a recently deceased fish, and already one hagfish has seen it. Usually this hagfish kill in packs, so a couple more will start coming, they'll just take out those razor blade tongues and start going to town on this thing, shredding this fish to bits. So yeah, these hagfish will take about a couple minutes to get this thing down to the bone, and once they do it, they won't have to eat for another month. They'll be set until then. But hagfish aren't at the top of the food chain. They have predators too, and to ensure their survival, they've evolved a very unique defense mechanism. When a hagfish is threatened, it instinctively releases thousands of keratin proteins from its skin, which form a thick glob of slime when it comes in contact with water. Poor shark right here has apparently never had hagfish before, and will come to realize that when it bites it, the slime will get stuck in its gills and it will most likely suffocate.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant well.
The way hagfish get out of their own slime trap is they tie themselves into a knot and they squeeze the slime off their body. Another thing they can do is if the slime gets into their mouth, they can actually sneeze it out. To me, the most interesting thing about hagfish is their weird evolution. Hagfish are kind of like platypus in the way you can't really classify them. Like all vertebrae, they have a skull, but they don't actually have a spine. For a long time, it was believed that hagfish were some kind of off-branch of fish, but a recently discovered hagfish fossil, dated back 500 million years, shows that hagfish have barely evolved since then. This proved that hagfish were even older than fish, and they evolved from a completely different species. Since hagfish are so numerous around the world, people try to find a use for them. And believe it or not, some people actually eat these things. They're not common, but if you look for the right places in Korea, you can find them grilled, stir-fried, or maybe if you're sick of grilled hot dogs, try one on a kebab. Or don't. One issue with hagfish is that they're not the easiest to transport, as you can see here in this unfortunate car accident. Well, that about sums up the hagfish. You know, there are a lot of creatures in the world that may not be the cutest or fuzziest, but they still serve a purpose, and they deserve some love, no matter how slimy or ugly or demonic a creature looks. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, hagfish are just an abomination to the earth.